Good morning, everyone, or if it's not morning for you, welcome to the day. Wow, it is so bright. It is just about 9 o'clock. Today I thought I would vlog another what I eat in a day, full day of eating, that kind of thing. I thought we would focus on sugar today, and specifically added sugar. You guys really liked my why I don't snack video, but a lot of you said that you have sugar cravings and how do you deal with that? So I have definitely cut, I would say 99% of added sugars out of my diet. I'm going to share with you kind of like my month-long 28-day plan for how you might consider cutting down on added sugar in your life. How to quit sugar in 28 days or 4 weeks or 1 month, however you want to see it, kind of vlog, along with what I eat to give you some meal ideas. I'm starting my morning with a smoothie. I am making the base of my smoothie almond milk. This is my homemade almond milk that I made in my last DIY almond milk video. Add 1 cup of almond milk, 1 cup of water. The protein that I'm using, it's a vanilla pea protein. It has really minimal ingredients. It's by the brand New Zest, and I get it off of Amazon. For 20 grams of protein, it's 2 scoops, so I add 2 scoops. I'm gonna change the angle a little bit. I feel like it's kind of dark. So we've got our almond milk and our protein in there. About 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. This is my source of fiber. Fiber is just so good at keeping you full, keeping those sugar cravings away, and it's good for your gut. I like to add a dash of cinnamon. Use whatever kind of greens that you like. I like to add some of this frozen spinach. It's nice because it keeps my smoothie really nice and cold. That way I'm not having to buy fresh spinach that goes bad. This just stays good in the freezer. Healthy fat to keep us nice and full. I am gonna use some organic creamy peanut butter. Just make sure your nut butters don't have any added sugar. I do just about like a scant tablespoon or so. Let's blend it up. It's smoothie time. Oh my gosh. That is so good. Brings me to what you can do the first week of quitting added sugar. And I really think that this approach is much more sustainable and realistic to going cold turkey. Now, if you're someone that really likes that, like you like to just cut it out and go for it, do it, and you know that it's gonna stick for you, great. That's awesome. But if you're someone who is consuming a lot of added sugar, I think that these smaller steps to master over time are going to be a little bit more of a sustainable approach, but you do you, take it at your own pace. For the very first week is to add things to your diet. Yes, we're not taking anything away the first week because I really think it's important that you don't start from a place of restriction or deprivation. You're likely feeding your body a lot of sugar because you're craving it. So you need to add some other things into your diet, into your body that your body really wants and actually is probably calling out for. Those things are fiber, healthy fats, protein, and produce. I learned this from Kelly LeVeque, who is a nutritionist. I absolutely love her books. Her approach is really based on balancing blood sugar, calming hunger hormones, and really getting into a place of like feeding your body what it needs versus like trying to take things away. And I just really like that approach, and I've been doing it now for over a year, and it has really worked for me. And so I definitely want to share how I've interpreted it and how I do it with you guys. So by adding those 4 things to your meals and ensuring that all your meals have those items, you're going to just naturally notice that you're going to crave sugar less. Add those 4 things to your meals. Smoothie is an excellent example. So it's got the protein powder, the fiber from the flaxseed, healthy fats from the peanut butter, and I put spinach in here. You could do like 1/4 of a cup of berries or, whatever produce that you like. Other than food that you're definitely gonna wanna add in the first week and focus on is water. So many resources are online on how to figure out how much water you need. I think it's a very individual thing. You can't just say like everybody needs 8 cups a day. That's not realistic for everyone. Some people work jobs where they can't be running to the bathroom all day long. So you do you and figure out how much water is gonna make you feel good. And I always say try drinking water before you decide on a snack. Because a lot of times you're just thirsty and your body is just looking for some water. A water bottle nearby, it's ultimately gonna nudge you into drinking more water, or you can set reminders on your phone. Some other breakfast ideas might be like a yogurt bowl where you're getting some protein and healthy fats from a whole milk yogurt, or a plant-based like coconut milk yogurt or almond milk yogurt. You can add some nuts and seeds, or a homemade granola that doesn't have any added sugar. You could add 1/4 cup of berries or apples. Another idea, do some eggs and some type of vegetable, maybe avocado or olive oil, maybe a slice of whole wheat bread or a whole grain gluten-free bread or wrap. That could be your fiber. A whole video on high fiber meals. All right, I'll be back at lunchtime for the next tip. Hello, Jackson. It's about time to share what I would recommend to do on week 2 that you are quitting sugar. So by now you've started eating some really balanced meals with those 4 things that we talked about. Next best thing is to consider your environment, i.e. your home, your kitchen, your apartment, wherever you're spending the most time eating. Maybe it's your office. You really need to take stock of how accessible is sugar for you. I'm talking about added sugar. So that could be white refined sugar crystals. It could also be, you know, brown sugar, molasses, maple syrup, honey. Although artificial sweeteners don't have any caloric value to them, they're still inflammatory to the body and they still have very poor health outcomes if ingested regularly. When I'm talking about any kind of added sugar, I include added artificial sweeteners in that as well. Splenda and Equal, you know, all those different colored packets that you can get, you know, diet sodas, because it messes with your taste buds. And if the whole point is to make quitting sugar a sustainable habit, you want to change your taste buds over time so that, you know, natural things like fruit actually tastes sweet and you don't need as much sugar to get that same benefit and that same yummy taste. Go through your pantry, go through your kitchen, again, go through your environment and find out what are you consuming that has added sugar. It can be in so many things that aren't actually what you would think of as sweet. It can be in crackers. Sugar is notorious in protein bars. Those protein bars are actually just carbohydrate bars. So make sure you're looking to see, you know, where that sugar is coming from. Huge dark chocolate lover. Extremely hard to find any kind of dark chocolate bar that doesn't even have a little bit of sugar. Even like coconut sugar is usually in a lot of like the paleo chocolate bars. If it's not in its whole food form, if it's in packaging, turn the package around, look at the ingredients and look out for any added sugars. It could be called sugar, it could be called evaporated cane syrup, glucose. There's so many words for sugar, and as you're noticing these things, you're gonna know, okay, sugar was added. I think looking at the ingredients is a much better judge, because just the grams alone of sugar on the nutrition facts isn't going to tell you a lot, because lots of foods have natural sugars, like fruit, dairy products, all those things have natural sugar, but that's how nature made them. It doesn't mean that they had sugar added to them. That's gonna be your step number 2. You're gonna get really savvy about what you're consuming that has added sugar in it. Pull all of that out of your kitchen or out of your environment and get it out. And you can do this slowly. It doesn't have to be a big purge or a big cleanse. You can just say, okay, the next time I go to buy my favorite crackers, I'm gonna look at some other brands and see if I can find a brand that doesn't have any added sweetener. In your pantry, if it's in your fridge, if it's in your freezer, you're gonna have it. If it's not there and you have to go to the store or go somewhere to get it, it makes it that much harder to get it, and you're giving yourself an opportunity to be more mindful about that choice versus being able to be impulsive and just grab it. I know that's hard if you don't live alone and you live, you know, with other people, maybe kids, maybe spouses, maybe boyfriends, girlfriends that aren't on this quitting sugar journey. Just have a conversation with them. See if you can make some type of compromise. You don't have to do this alone. Just share that this is something that's really important to you and see if they have any ideas for how they can be supportive. In week 3, now your environment is clear of most of the added sugars, now you're going to start slowly decreasing those added sugars. You have 2 teaspoons of sugar in your morning coffee every morning. You're gonna maybe take it down this week to 1.5 teaspoons or 1 teaspoon. And you're just gonna do that for a whole week, just 1.5 teaspoons. You're hardly gonna notice the difference. And then the next week, you're gonna take it down to 1 teaspoon. And then the next week, 1/2 teaspoon, until maybe you realize your coffee is great by itself and you don't even need the sugar anyway. Don't think that, just decreasing it by that little bit doesn't make a big difference. It's consistency over time, and the decreased amount that you're having over time, you're gonna see inflammation decrease, you're gonna notice changes in your taste buds. So don't discount these really small, subtle changes. They're easy to make, but they do make a big impact over time. Maybe if you normally have a full bar of chocolate every evening, you change it to 3/4 of a bar or 1/2 of a bar for a while. Or maybe you have 2 scoops of ice cream every night. See if you can change it to a 1.5 scoops or a scoop. I'm talking about small steps here, you guys. You can do this. All right, I am hungry. I honestly don't know what I'm making for lunch today. Let's look in the fridge. I'm just making a small chickpea salad, 1/2 cup of chickpeas or garbanzo beans, salt and some pepper, a little bit of diced celery. I chopped off 2 sun-dried tomatoes, fresh dill, squeeze of some lemon. I'm also gonna add some of the oil from the sun-dried tomatoes because it's made with extra virgin olive oil. I'll add that in there as kind of like the dressing. Heating up a nonstick skillet to fry up 2 eggs. It's gonna be my source of protein. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of avocado oil to the pan. And then in here, I don't even know if you're gonna be able to see it because it's gonna be steamy. Ooh, yep, I'm steaming small sweet potato. Arugula onto my plate. Add my eggs right on top. I like adding the hot eggs and they kind of wilt the arugula. Add my chickpea salad. All the sun-dried tomatoes. 1/2 of the steamed sweet potato that I made. This was a long, skinny sweet potato. Drizzle the sweet potato with a little bit of oil, a little bit of salt, and pepper. Fiber coming from our sweet potato, from our chickpeas, fresh veggies like the fresh dill, the celery, the arugula, protein and healthy fats from our eggs, and we have even more protein from the garbanzo beans and healthy fats from the olive oil. Just finishing up having my tea. I made a green tea. It's like a Tulsi green tea, so I think it's like holy basil leaf and green tea. It's very good. Before I get into making dinner tonight, I wanted to share the final step of this 28-day quitting sugar journey. We're on day 21, you're starting to decrease sugar. At this time, you're also probably starting to notice that there are a lot of environmental triggers and a lot of sugary treats that are around. Maybe they're in your office or at your school, or someone gifts them to you, or there's a special celebration, or you go out to eat and the dessert special just sounds incredible. To account for real life. You guys know that I'm not a huge fan of all or nothing thinking. Last week, I think it's important to really reflect on how you want sugar to look in your real life. Is it realistic for you to cut out added sugar 100% of the time, 24/7? Or do you want to kind of set up some boundaries or make some, room for those special occasions? I don't have any added sugar in my home, in my own environment, but I allow for some, opportunities for some added sugar when I'm eating at someone else's home, or if we go out to a restaurant and I'm actually thinking, that dessert actually sounds really good. I really like to do the chic bite rule, which is something I learned from Ingrid Delamarqueni. I listened to her podcast and she has this chic bite rule where you take 1 bite to say hello, 2nd bite to linger or mingle a little bit, and the 3rd bite to say goodbye. So I take 3 very mindful, enjoyable bites of a very rich, decadent dessert, maybe out at a restaurant. And that's all you really need. Having some of that lighter structure like that, where I'm allowing myself a really special sugary treat every once in a while or for a special occasion, I'm totally okay with that. And it will actually be special. Sugary treats are meant to be special. They're not meant to be everyday indulgences. Decide what that looks like for you. Maybe it's on birthdays. Maybe it's every Friday at the office. Set up some kind of boundary or plan for yourself that makes you feel really happy and feel really accomplished and successful and good inside, and make you feel like you're doing something good for your health, but you're not taking it to a level that's creating stress, because that's even worse. I hope these 4 steps, or steps that you can do over a 28-day period, were super helpful. I think it's a great way to make a sustainable lifestyle change. Definitely something that I did. I probably did this process even slower than 28 days, but I think you guys can do it. It's time to make some dinner. We are going to be making scallops tonight. I've actually don't think I've ever made scallops before at home, but Jack requested them. This whole time I've been talking, Sally has been down here just pawing at my leg. Haven't you? Yada's Italy. I really do like her recipes, and I like putting my own spin on them. Grilled scallops with prosciutto and basil tonight. Some cremini mushrooms chopped up and some cauliflower rice, and we're just gonna make a quick mushroom cauliflower rice pilaf. Frozen green beans, some chopped parsley, garlic, onion powder, garlic powder. We'll do a little lemon zest and some thyme. That will be our side dish. We are going to make the scallops in cast iron skillet. So I'm just heating it up back there. Try to make it just like the recipe. So instead of grilling, we'll do it on the cast iron. I hope it turns out well. I'm just drinking a lime Spindrift. Hi, are you excited for scallops? I'd say that's a yes. Really hope you guys enjoyed this what I eat in a day video, along with my 28-day plan to quit sugar the right way, in my opinion. A lot more to come, a lot more food ideas. Leave your requests down in the comments below. Kind of playing with more vlog style videos or recipe videos, so I love to know what you guys like to see. Squeeze on some lemon. Yum. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Click the bell so you're notified when I upload. Like this video. Let me know down in the comments below where you are on your journey with being more mindful of sugar and added sugar. It may help somebody else. You never know. All right, I'll see you guys soon for another one.